Knowledge Area PMP exam summaries. Quality management. When you think about quality, what comes to mind? You went to your local restaurant and you were given a plate of food that you considered to be poor quality. What made it poor quality? It was not fit for consumption, or it didn't meet your perception of quality at that level. You could have received the same plate of food in a totally different restaurant and you could have said, "Oh, the quality is exceptionally higher than what I would have expected it to be." You see, quality is all about what you perceive that it should be as the customer or as the stakeholder. When it comes to quality, it's all in the eyes of the stakeholder. No matter how many quality definition meetings you've had, if a customer perceives a deliverable to be of poor quality, even if it meets all the requirements, the stakeholder's perception is reality. Why do I say this? I'm saying this so that when you think about quality, don't just think about it being fit for use or conforming to requirements, but also think about customer satisfaction because that trumps it all. Customer satisfaction is big. That's why quality management is all about the processes for incorporating the organization's quality standards or policies and at the same time meeting the stakeholders' objectives, meeting the stakeholders' perception of quality as it has been defined or the impressions of quality that the company has passed across through communications, documentation, and the overall standard that the company has upheld. So in the world of the PMI, when we talk about quality management, think about it as being quality needs to meet fitness for use, quality needs to meet conformance to requirements, and also customer satisfaction. So let's take a look here. We have the first process called plan quality management. Plan quality management is that process in which we seek to define what quality is in the eyes of the customer or in the eyes of the end user. So customer satisfaction is very important. When we think about plan quality management, we should also think about management's responsibility. Management in the firm should provide the necessary tools and support for the team to uphold the level of quality that is expected. Also, working with suppliers, sellers, vendors, it is also important that we stress the need for quality to be upheld and transparently communicate the quality standards that we wish to achieve. In this process, plan quality management, we could consider tailoring the different processes and approach of quality to the needs of the customer. We could think about policy compliance. We could think of quality audits. We could think about what is standard in the line of business that we're working with, what is expected from an auditing perspective in a particular field of study, and lots more. So as you get ready for the PMP exam, get prepared to see various situational questions that consider some of the topics that I've just mentioned. It's not just about the tools, but you could find yourself answering situational questions about the perception of quality and the customer's requirements as they pertain to quality. So plan quality management is really where we identify the quality requirements, the quality standards for the project, the quality standards for the deliverable, and coming out with a plan that demonstrates how the team will comply with those quality standards. And there are some key outputs from this process. The quality management plan is one. Quality metrics is also very important. And don't forget, we have the process improvement plan, also an output. So this is one of those special processes where you have two plans as an output. Now, moving on to our next process, perform quality assurance, we have both of those plans going in here, both the quality management plan and the process improvement plan. Because perform quality assurance is where we are process focused. We seek to check the process to make sure there is compliance with the quality standards even before the deliverable is produced. And at the same time, we have quality audits, we have ad hoc and unexpected audits and walkthroughs to assure the customer that those quality standards are being met as the deliverable is being produced. So, this knowledge area is very tool and technique heavy. As you study for the exam, I want you to pay close attention to a few things, and let me call them out because they could be used on questions crafted from any of these processes. We have something called COQ, the cost of quality, which is actually a technique of plan quality management. But I would like you to read that up and understand the difference between internal failure cost and external failure cost. Also understand the difference between prevention cost and appraisal cost. Know where liabilities and warranty work fall in. They're both cost of non-conformant, but they're also both external failure cost. Know the differences, very important. In addition to all this, we have various tools and techniques of quality. Flowcharts, matrix diagrams, things like mind mapping, the Ishikawa, control charts, scatter diagrams, histograms, Paretos, and the list goes on. All of this stuff is extremely important as you study for the exam. You could be asked which tool is best to detect the causes of a defect, or which tool is best to detect the number of defects that can be tracked or traced to a particular source. That kind of thing. Make sure you are able to distinguish between one tool's use or one technique's use from another in this area. Now, moving on to our final process here, control quality. This is where the difference between perform quality assurance and control quality comes into play. In control quality, the project team is checking the deliverable, the product, the service, the result. This is where it is checked internally by inspection, which is really the examination of the work product to ensure that it conforms to those identified standards. The result of going through an inspection is usually inclusive of a measurement, and this could be conducted at any level: high-level inspection, low-level inspection, detailed inspection, cursory inspection. But the key thing is we are checking that deliverable before it gets sent to the customer. This is our check before the customer carries out their check. Control quality is very important because we have some unique activity here, and I would encourage you to look out for my video, PMBOK Mainline. Type in PMBOK Mainline or PMP Mainline into Google, and you'll check out that video. The search will show you that video usually as the number one item. Watch that video and see how I navigate through the deliverable being produced to the deliverable being checked internally and then externally, and then change request and how all that interweaves. Definitely a must watch before your exam. So in control quality, we have as an input something called approved change requests. We also have as an output validated changes and a unique appearance of the technique approved change request review. All of this stuff is very important to understand how change requests are processed. Think about it. You get a deliverable, it gets checked here in control quality. What happens if it fails? You get a change request. It goes to perform integrated change control for review. If it gets approved, it gets put back into production in direct and managed project work. And out comes version 2 of the deliverable. Of course, you should have been doing QA. And at the end, you get deliverable version 2 going into control quality again. Now, as it goes into control quality, so does the approved change request. As the team is inspecting, they need to inspect in that approved change request. So we have inspections as a tool and technique and approved change request review, where you are inspecting in that change request. You're reviewing to ensure that that change request is now inherent in the deliverable. If all goes well and truly that change request is now inherent in the deliverable, what do you get out? Validated changes. And those validated changes need to go to monitor and control project work to be reported on. Validated changes is documented proof that a change request has been implemented successfully. So there's a lot of interaction between integration processes, quality processes, and ultimately validate scope in scope management. Because when you get your verified deliverable, which is the output of the deliverable passing the inspection in control quality, that verified deliverable needs to go to validate scope for the customer's inspection. Okay? And the customer inspects it. If it passes the test, you get an accepted deliverable. So all this stuff is talked about in that video. I would highly recommend watching it. I hope my talking through this process is helping you put all the bits and pieces together, helping you think about a few things you may not have thought about before, and it's giving you assurance that you know what quality will contain on the exam. Okay, I hope this is helping. If it is, don't forget to hit the like button. Your likes will help my videos to be visible to more people who are studying for the exam. It's going to help them crush it and kill it, just like you are arming up on knowledge ammo. Help other people find these videos. Send them to your friends and subscribe to the channel. Thank you very much for your audience. And if you're getting ready to slay the exam, hey, you want the winning team on your side to help you take out the enemy. Visit Praizion.com and sign up for 1 month, 1 week, 3 weeks, however many months you need. We can adjust the time scale for you. If you feel my exam is in the next 2 weeks, hey, well, we can tell you what to do to get 2 weeks access. So if you've got a unique situation with your PMP and you want us to scale up or down the time frames we have, shoot us a message. Thank you for your audience. Pass the exam.